The Celtics Talk podcast is presented by 24autogroup.com. 11 locations across New England.
What's up, everybody?
What's up? Post-game pods are happening. I'm so excited.
I'm peeling back the curtain. So we got yelled at by our cameraman because Abby was too loud with her intro originally. And you just went down like 3 levels instead of, I thought you were just going to come down 1 level.
I'm just trying to be like Jaylen Brown and set the tone for this podcast.
You've always
from
set
the
the
jump.
tone. You kicked Tom Giles right out of here. So.
He texted me. He's like, "You doing the pod?" And I was like, "Yes, I am."
He texted me, and I forgot to text him back, and he was probably lingering. So I feel bad. But we are here on the heels of the Celtics' 120-95 triumph in Game 1 over the Cleveland Cavaliers. 1-0 series lead. Where do you want to start?
Was there ever any doubt, really? Were you concerned coming off the layoff, facing this team that's been playing high-level basketball for the last 2 weeks?
Have they been playing high-level basketball?
The Cavaliers.
I mean,
they've been playing basketball, high-stakes basketball. Should I say that? High stakes.
That would be a fair assertion. We keep using this line as part of our post-game shows. Scal loves it, and I've now co-opted it. But there are levels to this thing, and the Celtics
For years, he's been saying that. For the record.
Literally. I think back in 2008, it's like, dude, there's levels to this thing. So, but there are, and I think we knew the Celtics were on a different level than most teams in the Eastern Conference. Maybe all the teams in the Eastern Conference. And today it really was kind of glaring, right? Like, I didn't think the Celtics even played close to their best basketball.
No. I mean, if you ask Derrick White, who I spoke with post-game,
you'll hear that interview coming up.
Immediately, the first thing he said is, we can be so much better. We did so much wrong here tonight.
And shouldn't that be a little bit concerning to the Cleveland Cavaliers, who struggled to get to 100 points or near 100 points and lost by 25?
I would say so. Especially after they shot lights out in the first quarter and then could not get back to that level.
So what's weird is that I try to tread cautiously, right? Like, reasonable. I know the Celtics are a very good team, but they do have some maddening tendencies. So I try not to overreact in the moment. And yet, like, I can't shake this feeling after watching this one. Just they should really take care. I don't want to give them any motivation. Like, you know, we don't need to cause the code orange here. I don't want to give the Cavaliers any motivation, but like, can you tell me a roadmap to them being competitive in this series?
I don't really know. I mean, even if Donovan Mitchell goes off, who else? I mean, can Donovan Mitchell score 95 points?
I mean, he might have to.
That's all they mustered here tonight. And so, and I feel like we said that coming into the series, and listening to Joe Mazzulla talk pregame, Mike Gorman had a great interview, and Joe really talking up the other guys for the Cavaliers.
How'd that
go? Yeah, I understand why Joe was doing that too. I'm sure that's
Coaches
the message he is delivering, to his team as well.
We can be a little bit more revealing than Joe can be in the moment because he's not going to slander an opposing team, especially after what we saw in Game 2 against Miami Heat, right? Like, there's always a chance for a letdown.
Absolutely.
But, like, I thought Isaac Okoro hit more shots than I probably expected at any point in the series. Evan Mobley, I think, was 8 of 12.
The Strus never got loose.
So that's
the minivan stuck in the garage.
I mean, literally, like on level 4 of the garden garage, and just can't get even into the building. So,
which is unfortunate. He's a New England guy.
Yes, might be one of the changes I make. Is just, hey, put your shooters out there and cross your fingers, because that was Miami's roadmap: shoot a billion threes.
But they did. They tried Sam Merrill, who was a Celtics killer in the regular season.
Was.
He got nothing going. So.
All right, this is entirely too much Cavs talk to start this podcast. So,
I do appreciate their nicknames.
I'm
a fan. They've got some good nicknames.
So they have something going. They have something going for them, which is nice. Let's talk about Derrick White. Doesn't have many nicknames. Hot Hands, D White, but he was really good tonight.
He was.
So what did you take away from talking to him afterwards?
I think the words that everyone used: exceptional, tremendous. I think the fact that you hear in-game chants for your name tells you just how well you're playing. And I think it's unbelievable that after the game, Jaylen Brown was asked, do people not know are there some people out there who don't know who Derrick White is?
I don't know that they don't necessarily know who Derrick White is, and they probably see the highlights and they're like, oh, wow, he's had another good game. I don't think there's an understanding of just how consistently good he's been throughout the season.
And I think The thing that describes it the best is what Joe Mazzulla said post-game, is that Derrick has an ability to impact the game positively in so many different ways, and he does it differently every night. But the fact remains, he is the Celtics glue guy. He is the guy who keeps the ball moving. He is the guy who you can count on defensively, blocking shots at the rim on Evan Mobley tonight. And he's also a guy who provides a spark and can give you offense if you need that. He just is a player who gives the game what it needs.
25 points, 7 of 12 beyond the three-point arc. He has now made 28 threes in the first 6 games of the postseason. That is the most three-pointers in a 6-game span by a Celtics player in team history.
And I think we should talk about Jaylen Brown's
Hold
growth.
on.
But Derrick White, I want to go back to his growth.
First off, I set you up with the easiest layup in the world saying, oh, Derrick White doesn't have any nicknames. What nickname should you have told immediately? Buffalo.
Oh, well, yes. Buff him up, go see you. But do people call him the Buffalo?
Yes, everybody calls him the Buffalo.
Oh, I missed that.
Are you not online?
You know what? Fine. We are now even for when Jason Tatum messed around and got a triple-double. And you didn't even notice
that was kind of
that
was kind of sussy of me.
That was very sus. I want to go back. So the growth from Derrick White, I thought it was really interesting after that career high that he had in Miami. When he came to the podium post-game, he talked about how he had an amazing game early in his career with the Spurs, his previous career high in the postseason, and he did not respond well to that. And we are seeing his response since then, and he has just been so consistent, like you said, for this team.
He's been great. Jaylen Brown, 32 points. And, pretty much blocked Donovan Mitchell out of the game at one point because Donovan, who was great in the first half, they ended up pilling him in the fourth quarter because they were just like, there's no chance to come back here. Just try to get his legs feeling better. Clearly not 100%, but still doing crazy Donovan Mitchell things. JB, really good at basketball.
So good at basketball, continues to get better at basketball, which is amazing for someone at that level. But I asked Jaylen about that specific play.
Yes, what did he say?
And I also asked him, as you mentioned, you feel like that is the matchup that you want to see in this, is Jaylen Brown taking on the challenge of stopping his good friend in Donovan Mitchell. But I asked Jaylen about that specific play, and he said this is not about any two players, any matchup. This is the Celtics versus the Cavs. So Jaylen not looking to provide any sort of bulletin board material for the Cavaliers or his good friend Donovan Mitchell.
Do you remember Donovan in the bubble? He's in the hot tub, posted the photo, bro won't leave me alone.
So many,
whatever.
and peeking over the bushes. Yeah. I was hoping we were going to bring that back because that was such good content.
They really should put it on the Jumbotron at some point. Just So when Donovan looks up and there's Jaylen just, flexing on the Jumbotron. Because that's all he does is kind of follow him. I just to cap that point, I do think it is, especially in a game, if there is a close game in this series, which invariably there will be, Donovan will have a major night. Jaylen is the roadmap to me. He is got the length, the strength, I can't think of any other words that end in angst, to defend Donovan Mitchell. And as good as Drew Holiday is, as good as Derrick White is, those are tough matchups for the guards, the perimeter guys. I think you need some size going up against him, so I want to see. Even Tatum took on a couple turns.
Yeah, but that's what I was going to say. You can't show him a steady diet of the same thing. At the same time, you want Jaylen Brown to be, we know Jaylen Brown owns the first quarter. Let him go out there, cook on offense, and then if you need him to turn it up defensively and to take on that challenge of Donovan Mitchell, you have that tool in the kit.
Fellow cameraman legend Al is big Al is up, waving rally towels or shirts he stole. How many shirts did you end up stealing off the chairs? One. Okay. Oh. Well, not a good haul. Keep looking there.
We started this podcast getting yelled at by Barry, and now I think we're being told to wrap it up.
Oh, no. We got plenty of time.
Oh, okay.
I don't have a news hit for 30 minutes here. So, Barry, settle in
You have to stay. Oh, no. That's why Al's here.
Yeah, though he's got it.
Barry gets to go home.
No, he doesn't. Let's talk about the bench.
Yes.
Luke Chance inside the building. Peyton Pritchard hitting buzzer beaters like he does.
Barking at people. Arr! Arr!
Why was he? Did I miss something?
Barking at the bench. What?
But so when did this barking become a thing?
I don't know.
Is it tonight?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's just one of the things that Luke does. It's like his dab. It's just a thing that Luke does, apparently.
You know why?
Why?
He has that dog in him.
Does. You've been looking for a dog. We've been looking for a dog all season. Is it Luke Cornett?
I didn't know who would be the dog on this team, but Luke Cornett was great. I'll say that much.
He was real tonight. Coming up big without Kristaps Porzingis, taking on that challenge. He was guarding Donovan Mitchell for moments of this game.
Tomorrow on NBC Sports Boston, you can read my article saying, was Kristaps Porzingis holding back Luke Cornett all season? Got to write about something in this playoffs.
Serious.
I mean, you know, it's so funny, right? We obsessed over this whole week waiting for a series. Can the Celtics survive in the next round without Kristaps Porzingis?
Did we?
I kind of, I have to write about something.
I mean, I know we have to write about that. Was anyone really concerned?
I mean, I guess I feel further emboldened that rest him as long as you need to.
Yes.
I saw him leaving. He was walking to his car, no hitch, no just little only hop in his step was the bounce from a good win over the Cavaliers. So when do you think they bring him back?
Dropping into his Mercedes, 1990 Mercedes.
So there's all these reports that he can come back early now, that maybe he'll show up in this series. Like, why would you even bother?
Why? Yeah, why rush him back? Especially with the calf, we know what that does and has to other athletes in the past when it comes to an Achilles. Like, do not mess with that. The Celtics will need him in later rounds. I think that, like you said, emboldened to see how this series goes.
Sure.
If things get tight, which, as we've discussed, although you're right, are we riding the roller coaster? You think? Are we taking too much from a game one tone
potentially
setter?
I mean, we'd have to rewind. How were we after game one of the Heat series? Where we weren't completely dismissing that series. We weren't oh, this thing's over.
I think
we're a little more ambitious tonight. So
yes.
maybe it'll come back and bite us.
I do think it.
Don't really feel like I'm worried about that potential, but sometimes you gotta.
Yes, I think we should hedge just in case. I don't want to be that person.
Go ahead.
I'm just having flashbacks of that series in Milwaukee.
Oh, the Kyrie series?
Yes, the Celtics took game one, and I was like, oh man, we're going to the finals. I was ready to cancel a vacation, and then.
Yeah, I don't even know what the
that went bad.
I don't know what the comparable would be here. So in that series, Kyrie decided he was just going to guard Giannis the whole time. I guess the equivalent would be like Al. No, I mean even Al's too good of a defender. They're all good defenders. So
Al would never.
No matter but even if one of them said I'm going to go guard Donovan Mitchell, even though it would be not the most ideal matchup, it would still probably work.
That's true.
You probably
even Sam Hauser. There's Sam Hauser on him.
Celtics in 3. I'm changing my
3.
my pick. I am excited to go to Cleveland.
So excited.
Yeah, we have to end on this. You told me there was a second bake-off.
There
with your
was.
child.
Mabel and I had a technical challenge. I don't know if anybody watches the Great British Baking Show, but the technical challenge is when the contestants get the same recipe. And so it's a head-to-head battle. No one knows what to expect. Vegan snickerdoodles. Mabel took that one.
Wow.
Yeah, it's now tied 1-1. Mabel got the win. Her cookies were smaller, but apparently more tasty. I don't know.
Is it going to be a third round?
She did remember the sugar this time.
Yeah, which you withheld from her so you could actually win a round.
Yes, next round, however, we are going co-ed. We're going to do teams because, can't just have the girls in the kitchen all the time. It's wrong. It's not right. For the record.
For the record. Here's the rest of our postgame show.
Oh, we're done.
Look no further than the award-winning 24 Auto Group. With over 2,600 vehicles in stock, the brands you love, backed by the savings and service you can count on. Visit today or shop online at 24autogroup.com.
What'd you like about that win, Scal?
Everything. I mean, I don't know. We saw this in game one against Miami, but it looks like one team is just outclassing the other team at this point. And I don't know where the Cavs go besides just trying to bomb more threes.
And again, Jason Tatum, he's leading the team in rebounding, right? Finding other ways to affect winning, finding other ways to produce winning for his team. Not being a guy that's I got to get more shots, I got to score points. Because we see it a lot in this league. Guys start scoreboard watching I got to get 20, I got to get 30, and I don't think he has that mentality. This was a thorough butt kicking. Yeah, there was a thorough ass kicking.
Oh, there you go. There he goes.
From start to finish.
Our producer, our boss started, oh, wait a minute.
You told me to say it.
I just wanted
you set me up? Okay. Kev, is that okay? Okay, cool. I got the thumbs up.
Okay. That's a thorough ass whooping.
Well, was what it was, right? You call it as it is. And Jaylen Brown, the 32 points, set the tone in the first half. We talked about it at halftime. He had the 20 points, but just what did you like about his game tonight, Eddie?
Well, I thought he was aggressive, off rip. From the start to the finish, he did not take his foot off the gas. I think that when we heard him say that there's no friends, right?
Yeah.
No friend zone, right? No friend zone. He ain't friend zoning nobody. He went to work. I believe what he's saying. I really do believe.
Not in the playoffs.
Not in the playoffs. Ain't no partners.
No. And you know what? We saw versatility today. Threes, layups, post-up, fadeaways, inside, dunks, defense. He did it all. So, I mean, Jaylen Brown was, once again, there's no one that can match up with him. When he took Mobley to the basket, you guys just saw that, spun off him and laid it up. Like, that's their center. That's their defensive anchor. And our guy is going in there giving them the business.
32 again for JB, 12 of 18 from the field. Really efficient night with his second 30-point game of this postseason. We did see Donovan Mitchell get 33 in this game, but to me, the Cleveland Cavaliers were 6 of 12 from 3 in the first quarter when they got 34 points. They were 5 of 30 the rest of the way. Was that them just missing shots, or the Celtics really locking up defensively?
I thought they were locking him up. They left Okoro early. I thought they cleaned that up. The Cavs tried to play more shooting, but when you contain the ball and you have to play a guy one-on-one and you're able to do that, you don't have to help, and all of a sudden you can take away the three.
That's what I was saying at halftime. Remember, I was saying, hey, just make sure you just defend your guy. Don't overhelp. Don't get caught up in trying to first off, don't get beat off the dribble. Because once you get beat off the dribble, then guys are going to start helping it because it's your natural instinct. And I thought that we did a fantastic job. I don't think they're a great three-point shooting team. There's some guys on there that can knock down the threes. Okoro was an anomaly tonight. I don't think he'll be able to shoot. And if he is the guy that they're going to, they will not win this series.
They're not. They have the ability to be a good three-point shooting team. When they had a stretch in, I think it was January, February. Outside of that stretch, you know, they were below 500, but during that stretch, they were averaging like over 17 threes made a game. That's when they're at their best. They weren't at their best today, the way that they were playing. But listen, moving forward, I said the same thing about Miami. Like, Miami came and hit 23 threes on us. That's the thing we have to make sure we take care of. If we do that, this is not a series.
Okay. Derrick White, by the way, 25 points in this one, 14 in the second half. Standing by with Abby down on the floor.
Derrick, a very business-like approach from you guys. How are you able to hold this Cavs team to just 95 points?
Competing at a high level. We got to be a lot better. We know they're going to be better for game 2, so we got to be better. And a lot of mistakes we made, so we got to be better.
What do you mean?
Transition, just giving them easy looks, losing matchups, stuff like that. It just you can't happen in this level. So we'll be better.
Offensively for you, no rust, hit 7 threes. What did that rim look like?
Just trying to get good looks, get good shots, and knock them down when I take them. So just got to keep going, and a lot of credit to the team.
Good enough to hear Derrick White chants multiple times in this arena. How did that feel?
I love it here in Boston. I love the fans, and they're amazing.
How big was Jaylen Brown coming out, setting the tone in this game for you guys?
He was great the whole game. Just made the right play, competed defensively. He was a big reason we won tonight, and he was amazing.
And you get the 25-point win without Kristaps Porzingis. Luke Cornett coming off the bench. Why was he barking at you guys?
Luke was amazing. I think he changed the game. Offensive rebounds, his energy, his infectious spirit is amazing. He was amazing today.
No question. I think you were too, Derrick. Thank you so much. Congrats.
Appreciate it.
Jaylen, you started off the game really aggressively. What was it on the floor that you saw that led to that aggressiveness and attacking?
Nothing. Just like you said, just being aggressive. Every time you catch the ball, trying to get to the paint. Getting to the paint opens it up for, all the guys on our team that love to shoot threes. So just trying to get some paint touches.
You guys didn't shoot well from beyond the arc in the first half. Took a while for the offense to really get clicking. What goes into it, both physically and mentally, to kind of stay committed to what you guys are doing, to trust the things that you're doing, to just kind of control the game until you're able to really hit an offensive run?
Defense. Got to defend. I think the game was closer because we wasn't really making shots, but they were scoring on the other end. We gave up a lot of baskets. I think what allowed the game to open up is that, you know, we kept defending and then the shots started going in. So defense, you know, being able to get stops allows us to play like kind of the lifestyle that we want, and that's get up shots, get up threes. But we weren't getting those stops in the first half, or at least in the first quarter. And that's why the game was a lot closer.
Jaylen, over here, thanks. New series, same Derrick White. What is allowing him to play the way he is? I think he's 138 points in 3 games now.
Just being aggressive, taking what the defense gives, being a catch and shoot threat first off, but taking advantage of his matchups. And you know, Derrick White has grown. He's been like this is a new version that we haven't seen before. Like he has put the work in. His body has developed a little bit. He's got some more playoff experience, and he's being aggressive. And we urge him to do that. We're gonna need that more and more down the line.
Jaylen, over to your left. What have you kind of liked so far in these playoffs about kind of the business-like approach you guys have had? You know, you're not really having lulls. You're not giving up leads. It's kind of been consistent and stable throughout.
Anything can happen. It's the NBA playoffs. We're just taking it one game at a time, and that's all we can control. And we try to come out and be the harder playing team. We stick to our agenda, and we let the chips fall where they may. It's going to be tough for a team to have to beat us 4 times, but as long as we come out and we execute on both ends and we're the harder playing team, I think we'll be fine.
Jaylen, early fourth quarter, you shot a 3 from the top of the key, and I think you turned your head before it went in. I think you thought it was going to, like, can you take me through that? Like, what, that confidence to know that, I mean, it was going down. Did it feel that good?
Yeah, I had it rolling tonight, but each and every game presents different challenges. I'm excited for game 2. I'm going to come out with the same mentality, but you got to see how they might guard you, might cover you. You just want to come out and make the right plays, the right reads, you know, and that's all it is, you know, just playing through your teammates and playing with confidence.
And you've been so much more efficient this year, like just kind of making the most of it, making great court decisions. Can you kind of talk about that evolution this year and your improvement?
Absolutely. I think that definitely has been an emphasis for me, being efficient. We got a lot of threats on our team with the addition of Porzingis, with the acceleration of Derrick White. You know, that means a lot of guys are going to have it going or have the ball in their hands. So when I get it, I need to be efficient with the opportunities that I have. Just because of how the game is going, we got a lot of different guys that can do a lot of different things. So now I've only empowered that. I think that's made us a better team, but that's also made me more efficient. That when I get the ball, I want to be as lethal as possible.
And then, Jaylen, defensively, can you take me through the block on Donovan and that led to the transition bucket on the other end, number one, but then also just kind of, is that a matchup that you will ask for, have asked for, and are going to take personally?
At the end of the day, it's the Celtics versus the Cavs. And we're all geared in on and guarding and defending at a high level. That play is just playoff basketball. You know, look forward to game 2, but you know, it's the Celtics versus the Cavs.
After that game 2 loss, you talked about how physicality needs to be a lifestyle. Just now you were talking about defense being a lifestyle. People use the term mindset, but lifestyle people don't say very often. What does that like mean to you, and how do you guys kind of live that every day? Yeah, just hanging our hat on the defensive end. Like, it gotta be non-negotiable. We don't want to get into trading baskets with teams. We want to get stops. I think you get stops that allows you to jack up and put up as many threes as you want, and that's what we want to do. But we got to get stops. Can't let teams just trade baskets, and we got enough defenders on our team to do that. So when we're doing that at a high level, I think we'll be fine. When Derrick takes like a lot of shots, you guys win pretty consistently. What do you think, like where do you think the connection is there? Is it just that he is aggressive on taking a shot in transition, or that you guys are able to create easy looks for him? Like, where's the connection? We just go over certain reads in practice all the time. I see him on the side always working on, you know, the type of shots that he knows he's going to get. We got certain actions, and those actions he's mastered them, like where his shots come from. And so it's like almost like practice for him, because he shoots those shots over and over again. If a guy goes under, if a guy's out of position,
Derrick White feels confident, and he takes those shots and he makes those shots.
Jaylen, when you look at you guys as a team defensively, what did you like about it, but also the job that Luke and Al and Tillman did tonight?
I thought Luke was exceptional when he came in. He was absolutely he was great. He came in, he added value to the second group. He contested shots at the rim, he rebounded, and he made timely plays on offense. And he's been working all year. He's had some injuries up and down, but Luke has been tremendous for our team, and he brings great energy. We need him to continue to do that and step up even on the road and continue to make plays. That's huge.
Jaylen, just following up on Luke, spinning it forward a little bit, what kind of impact does he have on this team when he's playing well?
Luke is just, one, he just sees and reads the game. He's an intelligent basketball player. He knows the right reads in the right time. And when he's playing well, he's not thinking. He's just out there just playing. He's 7-footer, so he contests shots at the rim. He does a good job of just doing his job day in and day out. And that's what we need, So Luke has been a great it's been a great benefit this whole year. But I'm looking forward to him to step up and make big plays in the playoffs with Porzingis being down.
All right, Abby, we're back for a hot minute here. Yeah.
I never left.
Never do. What are you looking for in game 2?
More of the same. No, I'm just kidding.
You really would have put me in an awkward spot there because I had nowhere.
No, come back to that.
I had no idea where I was going with that. I was kind of hoping you were going to lead this.
I do think, like I started off with on the podcast, there is a lot of room for improvement for the Celtics.
Fair.
Particularly when it comes to transition defense, execution on offense, fighting for their space, and just an overall, I think Jaylen Brown really set the tone in this. If you can get everyone else, and Derrick White for that matter as well, but for everyone to be on the same page and playing at that level, there's a lot of room for improvement.
I'm sitting here thinking, well, Jason Tatum could be a little better. Had a double-double, was a plus-minus monster as usual. I don't know. They could certainly be better. I don't know if that necessarily can say the same for the Cavs, but
I also think it's super important to maintain that mindset. They were so businesslike throughout this week and coming into this game and understanding that they needed to take the Cavs seriously. And that's what you saw in that game 2 against Miami. The Celtics let their foot off the gas. That team got hot, and that game got away from them. So they need to remember that, also focus on the negatives to get better and maintain that level. Ugh, I can't stop. I'm sorry.
Are you scratching a DJ record? Or?
The level. I can't stop the level talk.
I missed it.
It's too many levels.
Sometimes I just get distracted by your hand motions. But
press-on nails that I put on today at 4:15.
All right, there's entirely too much Abby personal talk today. Everyone go like, subscribe, check us out on the YouTube page. Go tell Abby in the comments how she's cheating in her bake-off with Mabel. We'll catch you next time on the Celtics Talk Podcast.
Thanks for listening and watching.